What up, y'all? Chargers Truth. They're coming to you Tuesday, August 26th. Chargers finalized their 53-man roster. There were some interesting moves made, some interesting names being left off, some things I just didn't totally agree with, but for the most part, I like how this roster shaped out. There's still guys on the IR and stuff like that, and moves that are still going to be made. People obviously going to the practice squad. So obviously this isn't the end of the roster moves or anything like that. A lot of things can still change, but yeah, this is the 53-man roster, and I will be talking about that and some question marks about this team going into the season, how I'm thinking about it, how I'm feeling about it, the vision that I can kind of see being formed by Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz going into this second year. Super excited to watch this season. Off season is almost over. I mean, it pretty much is over, but the regular season is almost here. Super excited for that. Here, I'm drinking a Pliny the Elder. If I was to make a pun, because I feel like I'm becoming an elder watching this team. I'm waiting so many years for this team to put it together, hoping that finally it comes soon. We at least get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's the hope. So yeah, cheers. Good beer. It's Tuesday. Don't judge me, though. So right off the bat, obviously Justin Herbert and Trey Lance, that's what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, Taylor Heinicke didn't really cut it. I predicted those two. This is, you can see right here, this is kind of my predictions. I did this before, obviously before today, before the cuts. Can't really blame me, I don't think, for the Deculus who just happened like today or something. I didn't even hear this happen. And then Josh Harris, I didn't even realize he went to IR. So give me a break on those two. But yeah, not 89%, not the best. But one interesting thing is that we only kept 3 running backs. We let go of Sanders and Kamani Vidal. We kept Harris, Hampton, Haskins. That's only 3 running backs. But we expect at least Harris and Hampton to be some sturdy, some bell cow dudes, some reliable guys that aren't expected to miss time. They're big, and that is the vision there. We don't need a 4th running back if our main dudes can stay healthy. These are big dudes. Najee Harris, obviously big. Hampton, big rookie. Haskins is, I guess you could say, the change of pace, the little relief dude. But if we lose, if one of them goes down, it's pretty obvious that we're going to need to sign someone else from somewhere, maybe off our practice squad or something. If we can get Sanders on the practice squad, that would be great. Someone. Receivers, I think this was obvious. McConkey, Harris, Johnson, Lambert Smith, Allen, Darius Davis. Maybe could have added one more dude, but we really don't need any. Tight ends, interesting that we kept Tucker Fisk. I think, yeah, he's okay. None of these names really blow you away. We got the rookie, we got Conklin. This is like a C group of dudes, maybe a little bit higher, but I like it. They're sturdy. It's pretty solid. That's what this whole team, if you look at it top to bottom, we're trying to be solid, and then we're trying to have some weapons at those skill positions. The receivers, obviously we got Lambert Smith and Harrison, we got Hampton, and once we get to the DBs, it'll look that way as well. The offensive line, we got Matlock. Offensive line, we just got Deculus. Never heard of this dude. We got Alt, obviously Bozeman. No shocks here except for the Branson Taylor cutting the rookie. Maybe he'll go to practice squad, maybe not. Overall, this is a B roster, a B offensive line. Jamari Salyer is the backup. He could play anywhere pretty much. Decent depth. I give it a B. It'll be very interesting to see if this group can go the distance, play the whole season, lead this team to victory. After losing Rashawn Slater, still a huge question mark. We really did not do much to replace Rashawn Slater, but maybe you can't be so desperate and start making desperate moves. Got to be solid. Injuries are a part of the game. If you didn't expect injuries to happen, then you just don't know football. Injuries always happen. Maybe not these massive ones, but it's part of the game. Going to D-line. I guess they do left D-end. I don't know how ESPN figures this. I mean, I guess I would just name them all D-line. Deshaun Hand, Boygby, Tart, Caldwell looked good. Ogbonni, I thought we would have let him go, but all right. Naquan Jones. Yeah, another B group of dudes. Maybe a little bit less. We'll see how Jamari Caldwell does. We lost Puna Ford though, he was our best defensive tackle last season. Big old dude. We're gonna need Jamari Caldwell. Like I said, he looked good in the preseason, so we're gonna really need this dude to perform as a rookie. Could definitely improve this group. I would really like to. Then going to edge rushers, I guess. Thule, Kyle Kennard, the rookie. We got Caleb Murphy. He was surprising. He played good as an undrafted rookie. Who else? Khalil Mack, Bud Dupree, and I think that's it for the edges, right? Was that it? Let me read this again. Thule, Kennard, Murphy, Mack, and Bud Dupree. I feel like I'm missing somebody here, but yeah. Anyways, decent group of dudes. We got Thule, we got Max still. We need Kennard to step up. We need Murphy. We need all these guys. It's looking at the Tom Telesco rosters back in the day, you'd look at these guys, you look at some stars. Oh, we have Bosa, we got Mack, we have Darwin, we got Keenan, we had obviously Herbert, we have I don't know, we had some stars, but if you look behind it, it was very thin, very top level thin. And when you look at our defensive tackles, our defensive line, these guys are not big names, but they're solid. They have experience playing, and we need them to all play as a group. We had the number one scoring defense last season, so I'm really not that worried about this defensive roster. It would be great to have more stars and all that, but gotta trust these guys. You gotta trust these guys. They gave us a great defense last season, and I don't expect it to go from first to worst or first to mediocre. They should still be a very good defense, if not top 10, top 5 even. Why wouldn't it be? What changed? We lost Bosa and Fulton and Ford. Anyways, going to inside linebackers. This one is kind of interesting. Junior Colson. We needed this guy to come into a starter. He's out for the season. Extremely disappointing. You don't get so many chances in the league, man. You don't get forever. So we'll get next season, and we'll see. So we got Henley, Dye, Perryman, and Marlowe Wax, the impressive rookie. He was big. He looked like a big dude, and we're gonna need him to play because I think Troy Dye is a little undersized. He's not a hitter, I don't think. We got Henley and Perryman. There's gonna be injuries, bro. Very thin right here at inside linebacker. I would really like to see another inside linebacker here to invest in that. That Colson loss is big, but that's probably what let Marlowe Wax get in. So he's going to have to play for sure. I expect to see him. I give that a B-. It's a B- group, if not worse, I think. It's just very thin. Now going to the DBs, this was what was interesting to me. We kept 12 defensive backs, 7 cornerbacks. Dante Jackson, Cam Hart, St. Justy, or however you spell it, Tarheeb Still, Taylor, Nico Reed, and Eric Rogers, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody again. I don't know, whatever. But very cool to see Nico Reed and Eric Rogers. Eric Rogers looked explosive in that game against the Saints, was it? Yeah, I think it was against the Saints. Even though that's the only game I really saw him playing because he got injured. Very happy to see him make the roster. He's a playmaker. Playmakers make it obvious that they're playmakers. Good players make it obvious that they're good. You don't have to. Maybe in a better situation he would have been good. Maybe if he got more opportunities. No. Good players make it obvious. Good players do what they got to do with their opportunities. These are good. He played good. Nico Reed, I think he played good too. He doesn't ring his bell quite as much, but I'm pretty sure I saw him flash in that same game, I believe, something like that. But happy for these guys. Then going to safety, big, I guess surprise, not super big, but a little disappointing to let go of Tony Jefferson. He was not really on the roster most of last season. He was on the practice squad. Hopefully, we're going to keep him on the practice squad again. He's older, but he played good, and he did make a couple mistakes. I think I saw him get burnt against the 49ers in that last game. Not burnt, but he got beat. But, that those things happen. But he definitely made some plays. We kept, obviously, Derwin, Mickens, Molden, Gilman, and Kendall Williamson. I think that is peculiar. That's the biggest surprise on the entire roster, I believe. Kendall Williamson. I didn't really see him do that much, but he's a younger dude. He's had at least one season in the NFL. Yeah, this was a shocker for sure. And then that's about it. Overall, I give this roster, with Justin Herbert and everything, it's kind of hard to put my finger on it. I give it a B plus. This is a B plus roster, I would say right now. But it's hard. Again, it's hard to predict how they're going to perform in the off season. All you can do is, look at last season how they did, what changed, and yeah. So biggest questions are, can we stay healthy? We had decently good health last season. Now we already lost Colson and Rashawn Slater. Season hasn't even started. Can we stay healthy over the season? Football's a brutal game. Can we overcome that Slater loss? We didn't really push to fill his spot out. You could see what I was trying to maybe hint at in the beginning is how I'm seeing these guys molding this roster through the draft, not through flashy free agency picks. We got Becton, we got Najee. Those aren't two top players, top of their position players. They're good. They're near the top. Keenan Allen, but that was kind of like a hometown thing. But they are adding a lot of, cheaper free agents that add to the depth, which I kind of like that better. It worked last season. Just kind of spreading the money out. I said this, if you go back to my very first video I ever made like 3 years ago or something like that, one of the biggest things we had to do was spread the money out. You can't have stars making these massive contracts and everyone else trash. You have to spread it out, and that's what we're doing right here. I approve of this. Got a Najee and an Omari and Hampton at running back. Now we got weapons at running back. It is not all just on Justin Herbert's back. We did lose J.K. Dobbins, but we pretty much lost J.K. Dobbins, and we got a Harris and a Hampton first-round running back for the future. Smart, great move, I think. It looks like he's going to be a good pick. Then a receiver. We're stacking weapons now with Trey Harris and Lambert Smith. We're trying to give Herbert, stuff to throw out, not just Lad McConkey and I hate to disrespect him, but Butterfingers, even though he did score eight touchdowns. Just unreliable player, though, so we have to keep on adding to these weapons. Again, I think most of us would agree our most questionable area is that offensive line. How good do I see this team going? I would say 10-7 and make the playoffs. And then once you get into the playoffs, anything could happen. Do I see us winning the division? No. Do I see us beating the Broncos? Yeah. Do I see us beating the Raiders? Yeah. I see us coming in second, and we'll see. You just can't count out the Chiefs. I do expect us to win at least one playoff game. You get into the dance, anything could happen. I think this is going to be a very interesting season. Obviously it's going to be an interesting season. We got all these dudes here: Herbert, Hampton, Keenan Allen back, these rookie receivers. We got Becton. I'd love to see Becton. We got Caldwell is interesting. We got Derwin coming back again. We got these interesting DBs. Rodgers with Still coming back, and Hart, and all these good. We got freaking Cameron Dicker, and all these pretty solid backups. These depth pieces. So, and obviously we got Harbaugh, we got Minter, and we got Ortiz. We didn't lose a single staff member, I don't think. Not one that was actually worth a damn. So, very excited for the season. I see us. I don't know. This is like a basic answer to give. Going 10-7, winning a playoff game. Or more, maybe, hopefully. So, Chargers Truther. That's it. I haven't really been making that many videos because I kind of like this, and I'm not really complaining anymore. So, cheers. Pliny the Elder kind of deserves to get sipped, but I never time my drinking throughout the video properly. Just drink a little bit through the video, and then comes can't finish it with liquid in my cup. So charge the truth or I'm out. Thank you.